Hi friends, this is Johnny here with Growing Neighbors, and today we're doing a tour of Kerry's farmyard. Kerry's been involved for a few years, and we're going to start out in her front yard and then we'll move into the back. She's got some stuff all over the place. Kerry, tell us what's going on.
This is my front garden bed, and we took all of this sod out, specifically for Growing Neighbors, and we took sod out of the back. And what we did is, I've never done this before, we turned it upside down to make a weed preventer, and then we topped it with dirt, topped it with mulch, and then I'm growing beans in it this year. It's fantastic for green beans because it gets hot and they just thrive in this. And this is the beginning of the bean babies.
Bean babies.
Yep. That's
great.
the first one.
So then we have some stuff up. Yeah. We got some more stuff up along the house here.
These are all sunflowers started by seed, just as a spring thing for Molly and I to do. These are 3 pumpkins that will hopefully take off, and I have one little tiny volunteer tomato, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. It's a work in progress. This will be different every year like it has been. Hopefully it will be more productive.
Well, part of the front bed too, wasn't your brother involved in sort of like teaching you that method? and stuff?
Andy was. He suggested that I use the sod that we pulled up back there.
Yeah.
And flipped
Kinda
it
layer
over, just kind of for a reuse, repurpose
Yeah, I love that.
kind of thing. Self-sustaining.
Use what you
the
got.
front, yep, without having to buy a bunch of stuff.
That's great. All right, let's check out the back. Got some neighborly action going on here.
Yeah, these are my neighbor's grapes. You can see them here. They're just beginning. And there's a pear tree behind there that she's going to donate to us. And here's another pear tree, followed by 2 plums in the middle and at the end. So they haven't produced fruit yet, but it takes several years. How long does it take, Johnny?
It depends. It could take 3 or 4 at least to get started.
Okay.
How's it going? One thing I love about growing along the fence line is not only can it help uphold your plants, but helps you share with your neighbor.
Yeah.
You guys got
Yeah.
raspberries back here too?
Yeah, and those are more grapes in Jem's yard on the other side.
That's great. Cool.
And over here, should I show the weed tea?
Sure. That's interesting. What's going on in these buckets?
I found online a way. I had a lot of weeds, and so I pulled them, and they said to fill half or so of the bucket up with weeds and fill the rest with water, and it makes a really nutritious tea. And you let it sit for a week or 2, and it's been sitting for like 4 days. So we'll know in a week if it. Everything with me is an experiment.
That's great.
But like I said, I had a lot of weeds, I have water, so we'll just hope for the best.
I mean, hopefully they weren't going to seed yet.
No,
That's great.
most of it's these big, broad leaves
Yeah.
things, but you do strain it, so
Yeah.
like I said, it's all
That's awesome.
trial.
One of the best use of weeds I've ever seen. All right, so this is a big, beautiful garden patch.
Here's my big spot. I've done it in time. Here's beets, and then followed by a little bit of carrots. And then just like 2 days ago, I planted a whole row again of beets.
Nice.
Beets are my favorite thing out of the garden. And so we'll have lots of beets to share or to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
All of the sunflowers that you see in here are all volunteers. I put up birdseed in the winter, and they kind of share the love. You want me to name what these are?
Sure.
These are all of this. Molly and I started from little seeds and start plants. These butternut squash I got from work. Wesley, who I work with, had a whole bunch of studs. And so these are butternut squash right here. And then I've got 3 zucchinis. 1, 2, 3. And then the big huge thing in the back are like 6 things of pumpkins. So I'm gonna have a lot of pumpkins to share.
Awesome.
I have 7 tomato plants. The biggest one is the orange grape potato that I got all of these from Growing Neighbors. And it's interesting that each one is a different size and each one is a different variety.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is all just for fun. I have 3 little tiny peppers. And I have my first little pepper.
Yay.
And I have a couple, I have 2 peas. I got a couple
Yeah,
peas
you got some
there.
peas.
Green beans, pole beans, and this is the first year I've done pole beans. And so this is kind of exciting. I found these from a friend and they gave them to me, so I took them up.
That's great.
And my tomato is growing up into a pole.
I have peas and tomatoes growing together at my house.
And then back here in the way corner, if you want to come down here, it's kind of a jungle. Johnny suggested doing, this is a compost bin, 2 compost bins, because he gave me another one. One was originally mine, and then the other one he gave to me. And I put dirt in, put seed potatoes in. They sprouted up. I put more dirt in, more seed, the greens popped up. And then I did do it a 3rd time, and then within a week they just went crazy. And so I'm not going to, you can look down here. There's all my layers. I've got like 3 layers kind of tucked in down there, but the plants are just crazy.
Yeah.
And then the neat thing that I've done this year, I'm kind of I water very easy. And so I have these set up on timers, and if you want to look down here, it's a soaker hose that I've done my 5 or 6 rows in, so each plant gets just water. I don't water the whole garden because that's hopefully preventing a lot of weeds.
And you have some looks like newspaper down and grass
I got
clippings.
some newspaper that my friend gave me and grass clippings from my yard, and yeah, so
That's
this is my project.
Kerry, thank you so much for showing us around.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
I
your
got tomatoes.
generosity and partnership with your neighbors, and
Absolutely. There's tomatoes.
thank you guys for tuning in today. We hope you'll check out some of our other videos and let us know if we can help you with your garden.